गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरवनचारी Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Srila Guru Deva. Korantai Mayapur Sashi Ki. Okay, we have everything but the book. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. Warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Today onwards we are desiring, aiming, attempting, trying to study the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj, a king, the saintly characteristics of a King Ambarish Maharaj's pastimes. It comes in Srimad Bhagavatam 9th canto, to be more specific, say 4th and 5th chapter. Short pastime, like can be seen, okay, 2 chapters, 9th canto, 4th and 5th chapters, short, but very sweet, very personally, thank you, very deep, very sweet, amazing pastime. Ambarish Maharaj's pastime, the character, the personality of Ambarish Maharaj. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is what? Srimad Bhagavatam is a Divya Amala Puran. Surely, it is transcendental, spotless Puran, transcendental, spotless, historic event, which is recorded historic event. Transcendental historic event recorded. So it is anything but like an imagination. It is anything but fictional. Real situation recording, real life happening, incidents, everything. And see, even if it is, say for that matter, even if it is fictional, such a good fictional na, to go through Shrimad Bhagavatam, even if it is any fictional, What a glorious, joyous fictional to go through. 12 cantos, 335 chapters, 18,000 shlokas, beautiful pastimes. Recently, uh, we studied Dhruva Maharaj's pastime, beautiful. And furthermore, so many pastimes, Vitrasura's pastimes, amazing. Mm. Recently, Vamana Dev's avatar, appearance in Lord Vamana Dev's pastime. So, all this Srimad Bhagavatam is what? Prem Bhakti Prasut, Prem Bhakti Udgar Updesh. Prem Bhakti Prasut meaning facilitating, giving us the origin of love, of Prema Bhakti. That is what Srimad Bhagavatam is. It gives us pure loving devotional service. Prem Bhakti Prasut, Prem Bhakti Udgar Updesh. Udgar, this pure expression, sentiment of pure love and instructions. Just it is not just instructions are alongside it, attached to it, and as we study, we will naturally take on instructions. We'll naturally take, and with instructions, there's one thing. See, instructions of spiritual master or instructions or guidance of anyone. No? Instructions essentially mean what? Okay, do this, do that. Hmm? With instructions, especially practicing Krishna consciousness, with instructions comes what? So this is a question. With instructions, says, suppose spiritual master Prabhupada got an instruction from his spiritual master, right? That write books in English languages, preach Krishna consciousness in the Western countries, in the English-speaking countries, and all. Likewise, we get instructions from temple president, temple commander, different department heads, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru. We get instructions, right? With instructions comes what? A sense of responsibility to understand the instruction first of all, fulfill the instruction, work on the instruction, a sense of belongingness as well, that yes, okay, I belong and I've been given this thing, I'm included, a sense of inclusion, a sense of what? Um, some ownership, some accountability, some sort of that also comes about. Okay, I've been asked to do this, I should own this, I'm answerable, accountable. Some bit of that comes along with instructions. The most important thing with instructions, mercy is there. Mercy is included in the instruction itself. And this is the difference. In societal sense, our parents, family, friends, people at work, school, college, uni, and all, they also gave us instructions that, okay, this is the task, do this, this is your work, this is what. Mercy alongside it may or may not be there. But in Krishna consciousness, any instruction given, with it, the mercy is attached. Mercy is attached. It's just now that instruction is given to us. Now, how we build up our attitude, how we shape our attitude, how we position ourselves. This instruction, so Prabhupada took this instruction to his heart, his spiritual master's instruction, and he worked on it throughout. So instructions, when we take it to heart, mercy is alongside attached with that instruction. And it's not about, okay, did we make it happen or not happen? Was it successful or not successful? In the sense, one may say, well, Prabhupada did not write the full Srimad Bhagavatam. He wrote only 10th canto, that also till chapter 13. And like that, from 14 onwards, I believe his disciples carried forward the missions. That is another thing. Did you complete the instruction or not? Just desiring to execute the instruction. Completion is not there. Say, just desiring to execute the instruction is great enough. That is what Krishna is asking for. We should always remember Krishna never asked Arjuna to win the war. Krishna never said that, okay, win this war. No, he only said, fight the war. Winning or losing is in Krishna's hand. Participation is in our hand. And that is what is required. Just engagement or participation. So with instructions naturally comes mercy. Krishna also giving us instruction in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, only so much so that that much what we can chew, what we can handle, what we can digest. So spiritual masters or elevated personalities, Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and other realized Vaishnavas, they will never give us an instruction which is beyond our capacity, say, which is a bit unimaginable, which is a bit like growing a flower in the sky. Okay, go grow a flower in the sky. No, not that sort of instruction. Something uh, which is say which can be made doable, but only by the mercy. So with instructions, the mercy is attached. Mercy is there. And blessed are those who get an instruction, and we should be actually preparing ourselves to receive that instruction. See, the entire Krishna consciousness is what? It is to prepare ourselves to receive the call of Krishna. It is all to prepare ourselves to have that call, to receive that call of Krishna. And when the call comes, we should be available, we should be ready. Hmm. So that is that Krishna consciousness, our japa and everything, that okay, when can we listen to the call of Krishna? The call is coming, the call is there. We just need to properly situate and prepare ourselves. So with this hope, with this longing, yearning, desire to study Srimad Bhagavatam, and if we in good mood and in good association, if we study Srimad Bhagavatam, we will glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. We will fall in love with Srimad Bhagavatam. Human life is meant to fall in love, na? Not to fall out of love, to fall in love. So, with this desire, somewhat hankering, yearning, longing, we begin our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, specifically ninth canto, chapter 4, Ambarish Maharaj offended by Durvasa Muni. So, we'll go from text 1, we'll read the Sanskrit sloka translation purport, and then translate further text. We'll see. Might be just reading the translations and see how we move forward. Shisuka uvacha Nabhago nabhagapatyam yam tatam bhratara kavim yavishtam vyabhanjam dayam brahmacharinam agatam. Translation. Sukdev Goswami said, the son of Nabhaga, named Nabhaga, lived for a long time at the place of his spiritual master. Therefore, his brothers thought that he was not going to become a grasta and would not return. Consequently, without providing a share for him, they divided the property of their father among themselves. When Nabhaga returned from the place of his spiritual master, they gave him their father as his share. Purport. There are two kinds of brahmacharis. One may return home, marry, and become a householder, whereas the other, known as Brihadvrata, takes a vow to remain a brahmachari perpetually. Brihad means something which is big, something which is voluminous, something which is, say, giant, something which is voluminous, giant, something which is big. So this big vow, Brihat Varatana, takes a vow to remain a brahmachari perpetually, Nashtiki brahmachari. The Brihadvrata brahmachari does not return from the place of the spiritual master. He stays there, and later he directly takes sannyas. So, brahmachari ashram, and from there continues his training under the guidance, love, care, guidance of his spiritual master, and then takes sannyas. Because Nabhaga did not return from the place of his spiritual master, his brothers thought that he had taken Brihadvrata Brahmacharya. Therefore, they did not preserve his share, and when he returned, they gave him their father as his share. Very good. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराण श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपाम्बुदीर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Let us read a few more and see. So this is Nabhaga, who is the son of Nabhaga. Nabhaga inquired, "My dear brothers, what have you given to me as my share of our father's property?" His elder brothers answered, "We have kept our father as your share." But when Nabhaga went to his father and said, "My dear father, my elder brothers have given you as my share of property," the father replied, "My dear son, do not rely upon their cheating words. I am not your property." Nabhaga's father said, "All the descendants of Angira are now going to perform a great sacrifice. But although they are very intelligent, on every sixth day they will be bewildered up in performing sacrifice and will make mistakes in their daily duties." Nabhaga's father continued, "Go to those great souls and describe two Vedic hymns pertaining to Vaishwadev. When the great sages have completed the sacrifice and are going to the heavenly planets, they will give you the remnants of the money they have received from the sacrifice. Therefore, go there immediately." Thus, Nabhaga acted exactly according to the advice of his father, and the great sages of the Angira dynasty gave him all their wealth, and then went to the heavenly planets. Thereafter, while Nabhaga was accepting the riches, a black-looking person from the north came to him and said, "All the wealth from this sacrificial arena belongs to me." So let us just take a pause here. So far, uh, uh, Nabhaga, he had a son named as Nabhaga, and other sons as well. And this Nabhaga, he was in an ashram. He was in an ashram under the care of his spiritual master, performing mantras, services, Krishna consciousness, developing Krishna consciousness. His other brothers, they apparently left the ashram. It's the supposed time, say, and they went into, say, married life. And this Nabhaga, he stayed for a bit long. And the brothers, thinking that okay, he won't return, he will take sannyas, they shared the property amongst themselves. And Nabhaga, when upon returning, inquired, "Okay, what is my share? Where is my property?" They said, "Okay, father is your share, father is your property." But things doesn't work like that. And uh, father said, "Okay, don't believe in the words of your brothers." And father suggested, "Okay, this is how." So the descendants of Angira dynasty, they will be performing a sacrifice, and you go there, assist them in that sacrifice. by chanting these mantras and all. And when the sages will be pleased, they will be, as they ascend to the heavenly planets, they will leave you with lots of Lakshmi, lots of wealth. So fine. While Nabhaga was accepting the riches, a black-looking person from the north came to him and said, "All the wealth from this sacrificial arena belongs to me." Nabhaga then said, "These riches belong to me. The great saintly persons have delivered them to me." When Nabhaga said this, the black-looking person replied, "Let us go to your father and ask him to settle our disagreement." In accordance with this, Nabhaga inquired from his father. The father of Nabhaga said, "Whatever the great sages sacrificed in the arena of the Daksha Yajna, they offered to Lord Shiva as his share." Whatever the great sages sacrificed in the arena of the Daksha Yajna, they offered to Lord Shiva as his share. Hmm. Therefore, everything in the sacrificial arena certainly belongs to Lord Shiva. Thereupon, after offering obeisances to Lord Shiva, Nabhaga said, "O worshipable Lord, everything in this arena of sacrifice is yours. This is the assertion of my father. Now, with great respect, I bow my head before you, begging your mercy." Hmm? This is a test which we'll see unfolding a bit. Lord Shiva said, "Whatever your father has said is the truth, and you are also speaking the same truth. Therefore, I who know the Vedic mantras, shall explain transcendental knowledge to you." Lord Shiva said, "Now you may take all the wealth remaining from the sacrifice, for I give it to you." After saying this, Lord Shiva, who is most adherent to the religious principles, disappeared from that place. If one hears and chants or remembers this narration in the morning and evening with great attention, he certainly becomes learned, experienced in understanding the Vedic hymns, and expert in self realization. Now we are entering into the pastime. From Nabhaga, Maharaj Ambarish took birth. Haribol. Maharaj Ambarish was an exalted devotee, celebrated for his great merits. Although he was cursed by an infallible Brahmana, the curse could not touch him. Although he was cursed by an infallible Brahmana, the curse could not touch him. So, this Sukdev Goswami, he is saying this to Parikshit Maharaj. And entire Srimad Bhagavatam is a series of question and answer, dialogue. And Parikshit Maharaj, at appropriate points, he stops Sukdev Goswami, or need not necessarily stop him as well, but Parikshit Maharaj becomes a bit, his face shows, okay, that Parikshit has a question. So Sukdev Goswami takes a pause, stops, and asks, okay, and all his questions are genuine. Likewise, the entire Krishna consciousness is a dialogue. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna and Arjuna are having a dialogue, there's question and answers happening. Srimad Bhagavatam, what do we see? Narad Muni, Yudhishthir Maharaj. Maitre Vidura, when we did Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. So it was Maitre reciting the pastime to Vidura Muni. Then Sukdev Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, Suta Goswami, the sages of Naimisharanya, added by Saunaka Rishi. So, like this, many layers within layers, layers within layers of conversations and dialogues, and all question and answers happening in here. But all of this is not complicated. It's not complicated. Like some in societal sense, okay, little bit here, there, it's too complicated or something. But the only thing required in Krishna consciousness or understanding, studying Srimad Bhagavatam is desire, of course, sincerity, willingness, desire, good faith, and if we have good association. In good association, if we have good inspiring association, the message will come about. We'll find lots of joy, motivation in practicing Krishna consciousness. So even though like so many layers of conversations, but the message is there, and the message can be picked, provided our heart is open. If our heart is open, the message will be picked. The message will speak to us. It will come to us. Uh, and if we are just willing or opening ourselves, and there is no rush as such, only this desire is required. So Ambarish Maharaj was an exalted devotee celebrated for his great merits, although he was cursed by an infallible Brahmana, top class Brahmana, infallible Brahmana. So Ambarish Maharaj, so the mystery is a bit revealed, or the pastime we have kind of entered into it. Ambarish Maharaj, a great king, and he was cursed by a Brahmana who is a top class Brahmana, infallible Brahmana, but the curse could not touch him. So let us see now how things unfold. This is text 14. King Parikshit inquired, O great personality, Maharaj, Ambarisha was certainly most exalted and meritorious in character. I wish to hear about him. How surprising it is that the curse of a Brahmana, which is insurmountable, could not act upon him. She Shuka Vacha. Wow. The very first day we might come to something amazing. Sukhdev Goswami said, Maharaj Ambarisha, the most fortunate personality, achieved the rule of the entire world, consisting of 7 islands, and achieved inexhaustible, unlimited opulence and prosperity on earth. Although such a position is rarely obtained, Maharaj Ambarish did not care for it at all, for he knew very well that all such opulence is material. Like that which is imagined in a dream, such opulence will ultimately be destroyed. The king knew that any non devotee who attains such opulence mer- merges increasingly into material nature's mode of darkness. I just read this purport as well. For a devotee, material opulence is insignificant, whereas for a non devotee, material opulence is a cause of increasing bondage. For a devotee knows that anything material is temporary, whereas a non devotee regards the temporary so called happiness as everything and forgets the path of self realization. Thus, for the non devotee, material opulence is a disqualification for spiritual advancement. Uh, Everything in this world is temporary only, everything short lived, temporary. But our desire is permanent, to be ever happy. Uh, Although we live in a temporary world and we ourselves experience the fickle, temporary nature of this world, but our desire is to be ever happy. Our desire is to be always secured, always peaceful. Uh, Although we may want a thrilling night, we may want a thrilling adventure experience, a thrilling holiday, but yet amidst all of that thrill, adventure, and all, we want to be safe, secured, peaceful, uh, and always seeking happiness, always wanting happiness. Because that is the nature of the soul, na? Uh, Raso vaisa rasami evayam labdva anandi bhavati. Krishna is the source of all rasa, and us being say part and parcel of Krishna, when we come in contact with Krishna, then attain, we also become blissful, we also attain joy. Hmm? We experience joy. We do not become joy, we do not become bliss, we experience bliss. Hmm? Anandi bhavati, not Anand bhavati. Anandi bhavati, we experience that bliss. Rasami evayam labdhva, when we come in contact, when we attain that, then we also experience bliss. So, Ambarish Maharaj, all these stalwart kings, it is very important that the leader of the society is Krishna conscious. Extremely important, na? Because if the leader of the society is Krishna conscious, then he can take the society in that path. He can, because he's the leader, na? He has the power, he has the authority. And as they say, king is the representative of God. Hmm? King is the representative of God. Those in power, they are the representative of God. They have such a big ownership, such a big responsibility. And there is, which that big responsibility comes that ownership as well, comes that liability as well, say accountability as well. So, uh, see, in leaders in society, four things are very important to have. What? There's no meat eating. And now we see in society somewhat veganism spreading, although uh, Krishna conscious philosophy and that vegan philosophy doesn't directly, there are overlaps, sure, but it doesn't directly coincide, say. Or so this we are not after vegetarianism, we are after prasaditarianism. Hmm. not not veganism or vegetarianism, but definitely after prasaditarianism. So offer food to Krishna and honor Krishna Prasad. If that society can do, see, there won't be any war. There won't be any war. Generally, even if we go vegetarian diet without even offering to Krishna, because vegetarian diet is a very low karma diet. It's not karma free, but it's a low karma diet. Very less sinful reaction involved. It's a peaceful diet, no? Hmm? So leader of the society can implement, should implement this. Furthermore, what? No intoxication. What is the use of intoxication in society? Who has benefited as such out of it? No? So this intoxication, if that can be, and no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex. But how can these go away, say? Only when we find a param drishtva, a higher taste. When there is something superior, when there is something higher, sublime, something better. We all are joy seekers, right? We all are option seekers. We all are choosing options. So many options come in our life. And it is when we find an option which is better, which is evolved, which is higher, which is beneficial, we naturally go for it. We would want to go for it. So this is Krishna consciousness, param drishtva nivartate, to pull us into the highest attraction, into the highest realm, to give us that. And when that comes about, then we can give up the lower nature, the lower interest, the lower attraction. So King Ambarish here, uh, fantastic ruler of the entire world. Everyone say under his kingdom, and such good leadership, such good cultivation. We'll see a little bit, hmm, making the whole world Krishna conscious. So leaders have a great role to play, and it's not just the politicians have a role to play. Say within society, community leaders, society, everyone within the house, and it begins with myself. So first of all, I have a role to play in myself. I have to first of all educate myself, train myself, check myself, change myself. So it begins with me. Who is my leader? Is my mind my leader? Is my ego my leader? Are my desires my leader? Who is my leader? Or is Srimad Bhagavatam my leader? Is Harinam my leader? Or are devotees my leader? So when I prepare myself and when I choose the, first of all, be clear with who is my leader, whose lead am I following? Am I following my conditioned state of existence lead? Conditioned thoughts, conditioned desires, materially motivated, temporary? Or am I following the lead of, sublime lead of Srimad Bhagavatam? So naturally then Ambarish Maharaj, he did not have any attraction towards worldly opulence, although he was so opulent. And this is how it should be, na? They say what? Riches have wings. Riches have wings, na? So, meaning that wealth is unstable, it doesn't stay anywhere. It is unstable because we are unstable. We are not fixed in our consciousness. Well, Goddess Fortune, she's always residing at the lotus feet of Narayan. So if we also put ourselves at the lotus feet of Narayan, then all wealth, all opulence will be there. Like for Arjuna, his wealth, opulence is eternal. Hmm? Same for Parikshit Maharaj, his glory is eternal, and others. Uh, So those who ever Shishikharanta, Mayapur, Sachi ki jai. Those who ever practice Krishna consciousness, their glory can be for eternal. Fame, fortune, for eternity. वासुदेवे भगवती तद्भक्तेषु च साधुषु प्राप्तो भावं परं विश्वं येन दें लोष्ट्रवत् smritam. Maharaj Ambarish was a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev, and of the saintly persons who are the Lord's devotees. Hmm? Was a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev, and of the saintly persons who are the Lord's devotees. Because of this devotion, he thought of the entire universe as being as insignificant as a piece of stone. As insignificant as a piece of stone. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in 6.8, Yoga Yukto Vishuddhatma Sama Loshta Sama Kanchana. That his vision, 6.8, he says that yogi, bhakta, sadhakas, he is equal to Sama Loshta Sama Kanchana, gold or stone or pebbles. He is equal vision. Now, many could be okay, we are not directly attracted to gold, fine. But we all are attracted to something or the other. House, car, looks, money, uh, phone, WhatsApp, something or the other, Facebook, and furthermore and all. But it is coming to this consciousness, it is coming to this genuine attitude, realization, okay, fine. In being indifferent, being indifferent. That doesn't mean cold hearted, or that doesn't mean naturally being indifferent. And how will that come? When we actually attain a higher vision. Now, in this Bhagavad Gita 6.8, Prabhupada's purports are amazing. The very first sentence in this Bhagavad Gita 6.8, in the purport, I believe it is the very first sentence Prabhupada says this, right? That something on these lines, theoretical academic knowledge without realization of the supreme absolute truth is merely a waste of time. Without realization of the supreme absolute truth is merely a waste of time. What does realization mean? Yeah, it's a question. What does realization mean?
Hare Krishna. I think for me, the key part is the word real. It's become part of our reality. It's ingrained into our consciousness.
Realization means coming in contact, yes, in contact with reality, experiencing reality, knowing the reality, understanding the reality. And all of us we are real, we are existing. Na? The very fact that we exist, God exists. It's a matter of faith, though. Just the very fact that, okay, you and I exist means God also exists. Sure. Yeah. We are made of what? Sachidananda Vigraha. Na? We are made of, we are the soul proper. Is made of, is the embodiment of truth, and He's the embodiment of reality. Truth and reality doesn't matter. Even if someone is a thief, say a group of thieves, and they did some crime and robbery, what will they, after the robbery, be truthful? Okay, Be honest with the share. We divide it equally or be truthful. Now be real to me. Do not lie to me. Tell me for reality how much did you loot? What all have you got? So all of us, we are fascinated. We are attracted, intrigued by truth and reality. Why? Because we are a product of truth and reality. And this is when we go out Harinam, distributing books and Harinam. Books, why do they speak to us? Scriptures don't lie, na? Scriptures never lie. And we find our attraction in them because it is Srimad Bhagavatam is absolute truth, absolute reality. And when we go out Harinam and all, so people can see through that reality. If we chant consciously, we chant in the right attitude, in the right spirit, if we chant attentively, if we chant compassionately, meaningly, and all, then the chanting, uh, through that call, Krishna can do his magic. Krishna will do his magic, say. And people in society, everyone is looking for reality. And you know what is real? As real as death. That is a reality. That is a reality. He is a sadhaka, he is a spiritual practitioner who is aiming that, who is looking for that, whose that is on whose vision is. That we can never sidetrack of that. We can never lose sight of that. So he is a sadhaka who never loses sight of that. That is a reality. We all have been dying eternally. Since eternity, we have been dying, meaning we have been changing bodies. And even in this life, we have died so many times, na? So many times. Different forms of that, but we have died. But we have never managed to glorify that. Hmm. Krishna says, na, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajanti ante kalevaram. Tam tam evati kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavita. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Ye prayati samadbhavam yati nasti atra samshaya. Without doubt, you will attain me. Antakale cha mameva. Like say, one of the perspective that upon your final physical breath, say, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. It says this in Bhagavad Gita 8.5. Smaran muktva. That remembering me upon your final physical breath, say. Smaran muktva kalevaram. Ye prayati samad bhavam. This is what Krishna is giving, his own bhav. What is his bhav? Sachidananda Vigraha. Ye prayati samad bhavam yati na asti atra samshaya. There is no doubt of it, Arjuna. There is no doubt. So, since eternity we have been dying, we have died, but we have never managed to glorify that. Sadhana bhakti, what? Reading, hearing, okay? Hearing, chanting, glorifying. Ultimately, it has to lead us to remembering Krishna. Remembrance. We have to come to this stage of remembrance, and there are different levels, stages, or dasha, states of consciousness of remembrance. But remembrance is very important. And look at our fallen situation now. While doing japa, we are in forgetfulness. For a conditioned soul, he lives in forgetfulness, not in remembrance. A conditioned soul is living in forgetfulness of his real identity, of his relationship with Krishna. The most simple thing for us is to be forgetful of Krishna. That's the most easy and simple, say, task for us. We live in forgetfulness, heavy forgetfulness. So, but when we are in good association, when we are in good inspiring association, then the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, it will make us, keep us Krishna always remember. wouldn't forget then, wouldn't. So this human life is actually meant to glorify that. We see the personality Maharaj Ambarish. Sukdev Goswami is now describing the quality, the personality of Maharaj Ambarish. What sort of personality he is? Savai mana Krishna padar vindayor vacham si vaikunta gunanu varnane karo harir mandir marjanadisho shrutim chakara chutsat kathodaye मुकुन्दलिङ्गालय दर्शनादृशौ तद्भृत्य गात्र स्पर्शङ्गसङ्गमम् घ्राणं च तत्पादसरोजसौरभे श्रीमत्तुलस्या रसानां तदर्पिते पादौ हरे क्षेत्रपदानुसर्पणे शिरो ऋषिकेशपदाभिवन्दने कामं च दास्येन तु कामकाम्यया यथा उत्तमश्लोकजनाश्रयेरति सवै मने कृष्ण पदारविन्दयो. Translation: Maharaj Ambarish always engaged. Okay, so paper translation.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj Ambarish always engaged his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna, his words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleansing the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna, or about Krishna. He engaged his eyes in seeing the deity of Krishna, Krishna's temples, and Krishna's places, like Mathura and Vrindavan. He engaged his sense of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulsi offered to the Lord. And he engaged his tongue in the tasting of the Lord's prasad. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord, his head in bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaj Ambarish never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service, in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the best way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires.
Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindayo. It begins with first engaging the mind. Maharaj Ambarish always engaged his mind and all his senses. All his senses. See? Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindayor Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanuvarnane. What? Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanuvarnane. Yeah. So, uh, this message of transcendental message of the transcendental world and the qualities. So, in describing the glories of the Lord, his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna, his words in describing the glories of the Lord. Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnana. Karo Harer Mandir Marjanadishu. through his hands cleansing the Lord's temple. Shrutim Chakara Chut Sat Kathodaya, and his ears in listening the pastimes of the Lord. This is what how we should be living, right? Whether we live in temple or at homes, wherever we should be what we can listen to Krishna Katha at home. Daily we should be listening to Krishna Katha. What else? We can glorify Krishna. Uh, Doing japa is glorifying Krishna. Preaching, glorifying Krishna. Discussing Krishna consciousness with friends, family, and all. So we glorify Vachamsi Vaikuntha Gunanu Varnane. Karo Harer Mandir Marjana Disho. Using our hands, whatever we do, it should be all for the pleasure of Guru and Gaura, for the satisfaction of Guru and Gaura. The hands are, this is why the hands have been given to us by God, so that we can use it in the service of God. This is why the tongue has been given, so that we can use it in the service of the Lord by glorifying the Lord. This is why the ears have been given, so that we can listen to the message. Hmm? Devotees say, na? Devotees say, I think they say like this, right? What? We have been given 2 ears and one tongue. Why? We have been given 2 ears and one tongue. Why so?
To listen more and speak less.
Hmm. To first listen more and more. So yeah, 2 ears been given, one tongue been given. We should listen more and chant more. Make full use of the tongue, and we should listen more also. Throughout. So we try to see. Look, this yeah, ears been given to listen, tongue been given to speak, hands been given to whatever we do through hands, washing pots, cleaning, whatever we are doing, something on computer and all, everything should be used in as a service to Guru and Gaurang. Then it is not material, it is spiritual. See, what is the difference? This is a question. What is the difference between material and spiritual? How can we understand, okay, so this is material and this is spiritual? What do we say? What is the difference between material and spiritual? How do we understand?
Hare Krishna. Let's say something material is devoid of the idea of God. It's not got Krishna in it. Something spiritual is involving Krishna.
Yes, precisely. The purpose, the objective. Prabhupada writes na, in Bhagavad Gita, in the purport of 327 or somewhere in third chapter in those section only, that a person working, say at work, someone karmi, materialist working, and a devotee also going to a job, but that they are different, completely different. How? Different in their desires, different in their consciousness. Someone materialist working, he is working for himself only, I, me, and mine. That is his agenda. Sense gratification and all. Maybe polished way, but it ultimately it all boils down to I, me, and mine. And the devotee also going to work, and he works, but not for I, me, and mine, for the pleasure of Guru and Gaurang. So material or spiritual depends on our desire. Someone may say, okay, I want to move to London, I want to move to central London, I want to live in central London. Wow, may sound, oh, that's a very big material desire to be in central London. But he could be, no, I want to live in central London. I can take the darshan of Radha Londoneshwara on a daily basis then. No, not at all material, spiritual. So it depends on what our desire is. Otherwise, everything can be material or everything can be made spiritual. We are in this world now, so we have to make use of this world. We have to make use of every opportunity, whatever our health situation, body situation, finance situation, and all be it. It is our best situation. My current situation is my best situation to take on to Krishna consciousness. We have to realize that my current situation is the ultimate best situation, and in whatever my current situation be, I can make it a Krishna conscious situation. I can take into Krishna consciousness from this current situation of mine. I can move ahead with this current situation of mine. Furthermore, Mukunda Linga Lay Darshanadrisho. Then what? That his eyes uh, should be used where? In seeing the deity of Krishna, Krishna's temples and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavan. Mukunda Linga Lay Darshanadrisho. Tad Britya Gatra Sparsha Anga Sangama. So beautiful. Uh, Hands engaged in his sense of touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. Now, every devotee will experience this. Every devotee has this experience. Say, shaking hands or embracing, touching another devotee. It is such a personal feeling. This Krishna consciousness is a personal movement. It is a person's movement, it is people's movement, it is a personal movement. So, hugging a devotee. Such a great joy, na? Wanting to hug a devotee, to embrace a devotee, to touch a devotee. It's a complete different feeling. And then we, it's a real austerity to touch a karma. It's an austerity, real austerity to touch a karmi. What to speak of hugging or embracing a karmi, or being in the company of a karmi, sitting down with a karmi. Oh, it's like it can be like a curse. To be may sound rude or something, but it is. Uh, it's tough. It's admittedly it's like not desirable as such. No. Preaching, Prabhupada says, no, preaching is a thankless task. So there is some joy. So this is another question. We all have experience, right? We all on a daily basis touch, embrace, hug. Blessed are those who get this opportunity to touch the devotee of Lord. Why is it so sweet, so relishable? Massaging the hand, massaging the feet, touching a devotee. Why is it so relishable? There's something about it, right? Because the Lord is at the center of the heart of both those personalities. Because the center of life, the aim of life is clear, yes. Huh? In practical sense, we may not be that Krishna conscious, but in theoretical sense, yes, we agree, we understand who is at the center of our lives. So that touching is so sweet. Then furthermore, what? Uh, Granam च तत्पाद सरोज सौरभे श्रीमत तुलस्या rasanam tadarpite. So, yeah, sense of smell should be engaged in smelling the fragrance of tulasi offered to the Lord. So, flowers offered to the Lord and all, and we smell that. All the senses become so purified. The ears, the hands, the eyes, the nose, the smell. Padau hare kshetrapadanusarpane. Legs should be used where walking to the holy places, temples of the Lord. Head in bowing down before the Lord. One who has learned how to bow down before the Lord, he would not have to bow down in front of that. No. Dhruva Maharaj came, na? Uh, Dhruva Maharaj came. When Dhruva Maharaj ascended to the spiritual world, transcendental kingdom, transcendental plane came to carry Dhruva Maharaj. Now, who bowed down? Did Dhruva Maharaj bow down to the personality of Death, or Death? Death himself, that personified, bowed down to Dhruva Maharaj and said, okay, kindly put your feet on my lap, on my head, and ascend this plane and give up this body so that I can take on your body. Say. So one who has learned to bowing down to the Lord, No more bowing down to then birth, death, old age, and disease. All his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Ambarish Maharaj never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment. Dedication leads to devotion. Hmm. When we are dedicated in something, naturally a devotion, a sense of love will awaken in our heart. So when we are dedicated to living in Karuna Bhavan community, uh, and when we are dedicated to living in community of devotees, when we are dedicated to serving the mission of Mahaprabhu, when we are dedicated to practicing Krishna consciousness in devotee association, then a sense of devotion, love will blossom, it will awaken. And when we engage all our senses, then we'll find lots of joy, peace, such joy in japa, such joy in practicing Krishna consciousness, distributing books, kirtan, we would have never come across. No comparison to the joy of this mundane world, to the joy of mundane temporary sense gratification. No comparison of it. Now in word meanings, see, yatha uttama shloka janashraya rati. Now, word meanings, Prabhupada's purpose, na, this translation slokas, na, the word meanings are amazing. What does it say on Janashraya Rati? Rati, we understand, means attachment. Uttama Shloke, we understand, another name for Krishna who is glorified in choicest poetry. Uttama Shloka Janashraya Rati. The word meaning, what is the word meaning for Janashrayarati? If one takes shelter of a devotee, such as Prahlad, taking shelter of a devotee, that is the key. When we take the shelter of a devotee, then we can engage our mind and all our senses nicely in Krishna consciousness. But without taking the shelter of a devotee of Krishna, we may want to and we can as well engage our mind and senses, but that is not the Krishna consciousness what Mahaprabhu has given to us, what Mahaprabhu taught us. Hmm. Krishna is not pleased with that when we don't take the shelter of a devotee and practice Krishna consciousness. Krishna says to Arjuna, na, ye me bhakta jana partha, ne me na me bhakta chate jana. So Arjuna, Partha, one who considers himself, one who says, one who calls, one who considers himself to be my devotee, is not actually my devotee. Mad bhakta nam cha ye bhakta, sa me bhakta tamomata. But mad bhakta nam cha me bhakta, who is a devotee of my devotee, is actually my devotee. So this attachment in Krishna we all want to develop. This will come about when we take the shelter of a devotee. So in life we see what do's and don'ts sort of thing, right? Throughout instructions, do's and don'ts. So these are the do's. How the mind and senses should be engaged, and what will happen if we don't engage. So the the say the opposite part of it, we see it in Srimad Bhagavatam 2, 3, 20 onwards. Beautiful, from in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, Text 20 onwards. The complete opposite of it we'll see. Shishikharanta Mayapur Sashi ki jai. Bile Batoru Kramavikramanye. So, Bile Batoru Kramavikramanye. Like this, if this tongue and if the ears are not engaged in hearing the pastimes of Krishna, what will happen? We will naturally do what? Gramya Katha, meaning societal talks, village societal talks, regular mundane talks. And what will happen in that regular mundane talks will be followed by death only. What will achieve out of that? Nothing but mortality, nothing but death. Consciousness completely taken away. Uh, so, see, in this Sukdev Goswami, from all angles, he's cautioning us. From all angles, he's motivating us. What is he saying? That, you know, this Todd, frog, na? Todd. What does he do? He makes a sound. He makes a continuous, particular sound. And in that continuous, particular sound, what is happening? Snake. He is able to listen. Okay, the Todd, he's calling me. The frog is calling me. Now, the snake may not know where the Todd is, where the frog is. But because the frog is unable to stay quiet, say, he's constantly calling out, calling out. So even if the snake's GPS is wrongly set, he's redirecting him. He's redirecting. No, no, I'm here. You come here. I'm here. You come here. He's redirecting. And what happens finally? Swaha. And then the snake comes and consumes all the energy of the frog. Likewise, we are getting consumed completely. We call it like, one may call, okay, I'm getting completely consumed by the material energy, or another is I'm allowing myself to be consumed by the material energy. No one is stopping us from becoming Krishna conscious. No one. And no one can actually, as such, make us Krishna conscious. It is the initiative of the sadhaka himself. There is no power or force in this world which can not make one Krishna conscious, which can stop one from becoming Krishna conscious. It is our conditioned nature which likes to blame, which likes to put, na, okay, this is the reason, this is the reason. Like they say something on these lines, what? Success is a matter of luck. Success is a matter of luck. Ask any failure. Very easy. Oh, he was successful, he was lucky. He was lucky. So it's like either blaming or giving the fortune to someone else. So this when we live in this sort of thing, what? Oh, it's karma. Karma played, got the better side of me. Uh, Maya got the better side of me. My desires got the better side of me. This and that and all. But nothing is actually, no one is actually stopping us or can stop us from becoming Krishna conscious. So if we don't engage our all the channelizing all our energy, all our faculty of existence, tongue, eyes, ears, nose, senses, mind, to begin with mind, in the service of the Lord, we won't go any far. We won't go any far. So this bile batoru kram vikramanye na shrunvata. uh, so if one doesn't listen to the pastimes of the Lord, what will happen? Will be consumed. Ayur harati vaipumsan. Adyan ustam cha yanasho. Adyan udyan astam cha yanasho. Uh, this our life is taken over, no? It is consumed by the rising and setting of the sun. It is completely taken over, birth and death, going on and on and on. Tas yarte yat shino nito. But for that personality, it is not going what? Uttama shloka vartaya. One who is engaged in listening to the sublime transcendental topics of the Lord Shri Krishna. Then for that is only for the body, not for the soul proper. Na? So when we engage ourselves in listening to the pastimes, and this is Ambarish Maharaj, this is what he did. Always engaged his mind. And the The real message, the formula or the success or the key is what? In taking the shelter of a devotee. That is the key. Chanashrayarati. And this attachment will come about. When we attach ourselves to someone who is attached, then that attachment will also come upon us. That is the formula. Bhagavati achalo bhavo yad bhagavata sangata. When we associate with a Bhagavat personality, then that Bhagavat culture, Bhagavat sentiment, mood, love, absorption, vision and all will transpire our consciousness. Fully transpire our consciousness. But if we do not engage in such listening, what then? As the frog is getting consumed by the snake, likewise. Now, our head may be as shiny as the plumes of a peacock. Furthermore, it describes in this translation. So, from 320 to 24, it describes how all the senses, if not properly utilized, engaged, what will it lead to? Where will it lead to? That the body could be such a good decoration, such a good show, beautiful eyes, beautiful decoration, but if they are not engaged in listening to the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna, in seeing Lord Shri Krishna, in touching the devotees of Lord Shri Krishna, then ultimately it is that only what will be calling upon us. Okay, let us do some kirtan and then we see how we proceed. I just try to call out the Param Karuna of Nitai Gaurachandana, of Shishi Gauranitai. Ours is a path of mercy only, Kripa only. One is a sadhana siddha, means he is a perfect being who has perfected his sadhana, very pakka, very staunch in his sadhana, reading, hearing, chanting and everything, very staunch in that. One is sadhana siddha, another is kripa siddha. We don't want to be sadhana siddha, no. That is not the teachings of Mahaprabhu. That is not the teachings of Mahaprabhu to be sadhana siddha. The only siddhi we aspire for is kripa siddha. The only perfection we aspire for is to be attaining the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Only that, kripa siddha. So, with this hope, mood, attitude, desire, we call out the names of Gauranitai. For the pleasure of the lordships, for the pleasure of devotees of the Lord, we sing out, we call out. Param Karuna Pauduvijana Nitai Gaurachandra Param Param Karuna Pauduvijana Nitai Gaurachandra Param सब अवतार सारा शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कांद सब सब अवतार सार शिरोमणि केवल आनंद कांद भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताई सुदृढ विश्वास कोरी भजो भजो भाई चैतन्य निताई सुदृढ विश्वास कोरी विषय छाड़िया सिर से मजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि विषय छाड़िया सिर से मजिया मुखे बोलो हरि हरि देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाई ए मोने दयाल दाता देखो रे देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन नाई ए मोने दयाल दाता पशु पाखी जूरे पासाने विदारे सुनी जार गुण गाथा
पशु पक्षी जूरे पासना
पशु पाखी जूरे पासन विदारे सुनी जार गुण गाता
पशु पक्षी जूरे पासना
संसारे माजिया रोहिली पोड़िया ए पद नाहिल आशा संसारे माजिया रोहिली पोड़िया ए पद नाहिल आशा
संसारे माजिया रोहिली पोड़िया
अपना करम भुंजाए समान कहे लोचन दास
अपना करम भुंजाए समान दास
अपना करम भुंजाए समान कहो ये लोचन दास
अपना करम भुंजाए समान
परम करुणा पौदुविजान निताई गौर चंद्र
परम करुणा पौदुविजान
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Shri Gaurantai Bhagwan ki.
Jai.
So this is the message. Call it Srimad Bhagavatam, call it Bhagavad Gita. The message is to engage our mind in loving devotional service. Engaging our mind and senses in loving devotional service. And then by engaging ourselves in this process of Krishna consciousness, taking good association, we will develop a mood. We will develop a mood. If we are in good inspiring association, we'll develop a mood, we'll develop a bhav. And with that mood, with that bhav, we'll serve the Lordship, we'll serve the divine couple. Service is done in a mood, service is done in a bhavana. So that has to come about, that has to transpire our consciousness. Now, something Prabhupada says, right? Like there is this saying also, now what? Idle mind is a devil's workshop, right? They say idle mind is a devil's workshop. So this is a question. If an idle mind is a devil's workshop, does it mean a filled mind, an active mind, is a demigod's workshop, is an angel's workshop? So, no, not necessarily. No, it depends what do we fill our mind with. So sadhaka, he wants to fill his mind with Krishna consciousness and is idle with material thoughts, material desires, and anything mundane. He is out of it. Doesn't understand anything mundane. And anything Krishna conscious, yes, he should be highly interested in it. So Prabhupada in his classes, he tells us what, very practical. No? Prabhupada says what there are four classes of people, say, or four categories we can be clubbed into, ranked into. What? Someone is a busy fool. Busy fool. And what? Busy intelligent. Busy fool, busy intelligent. Furthermore, what? Lazy fool, lazy intelligent. So this is a question coming. Busy fool, busy intelligent. A person busy fool and busy intelligent. Lazy fool and lazy intelligent. Where should we not be? Is busy fool good? Busy intelligent? Which is the worst of this? Busy fool, busy intelligent. Lazy fool, lazy intelligent, from a Krishna conscious point of view. Sir. Busy fool, busy intelligent. Lazy fool, lazy intelligent. From a Krishna conscious sense,
Hare Krishna. Lazy fool is the worst.
lazy fool is the worst. And why do you say so?
Because it's mode of ignorance. And busy intelligence would be mode of passion, so it's higher, ranks higher in the order, but it's ultimately it's not um, the highest.
Nice. Anyone else? Any thoughts? Which is the worst? Busy fool, busy intelligent, lazy fool, lazy intelligent. See, Prabhupada also says, and very true all of this, what? In Krishna consciousness, there is no room for lazy and crazy. There's no room, there's no space. Someone who is lazy and crazy can never grow in bhakti. What to speak of bhakti? He cannot grow in any sort of life, say. Cannot do anything. One who is lazy and crazy. So lazy fool for a devotee, no, we don't want to be lazy and we don't want to be fool. Fool meaning not in the expert of how to exploit the material nature, not in that sense. Fool in the sense, okay, foolish in one's practice of Krishna consciousness. The biggest foolishness is what? Holding on to our ignorance, not giving up the ignorance. So lazy fool, not space for one in Krishna consciousness. Hmm? Then busy fool, super busy, but in foolish activities. There are many, so much busy, na? But look, so many jobs, very busy oriented jobs. But what is it giving us? No peace of mind. So super busy, but not Krishna conscious engagements, not Krishna conscious activities. So busy fool, not good for a sadhaka. What's the point of being so busy that I have no time for reading, hearing, chanting? So that's sort of, there are many personalities, na? Politicians, sports people, celebrities. Look at their schedule. So busy, so busy. It's a pity being this busy, no time to practice Krishna consciousness. We don't want that. Busy fool. Lazy fool, don't want that. Then busy intelligent is good for a sadhaka. It's good for a sadhaka to be engaged. A sadhaka should always keep himself busy, otherwise mind will go bonkers. Mind will go crazy if we are not engaged, if we are not busy. And intelligent, yes. Busy in what? Krishna conscious activities. Lazy intelligent also very good. Very good. Why? Intelligent. And lazy materially. In mundane affairs, no, not interested. But in Krishna conscious, yes, very intelligent. So we can check ourselves how to form our lifestyle, our habit, our friends circle, desires, our area of working and all. It should all be fostering our Krishna consciousness rather than pulling us down in Krishna consciousness. Let us read a couple more. Any thoughts, questions, or comments or clarifications so far? Okay. 21 says, in performing his prescribed duties as king, Maharaj Ambarish always offered the results of his royal activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who is the enjoyer of everything and is beyond the perception of material senses. He certainly took advice from the Brahmanas, who were faithful devotees of the Lord, and thus he ruled the planet Earth without difficulty. Yeah, when we have good association, then things become smooth, things become relishable. Life finds a meaning, life finds a purpose. And he was not just a king, he was not just an ordinary king, he was a saintly king, devotee king. Na? So Maharaj Ambarish always offered the results of his royal activities. Like there was a Christian priest or some personality, and what? Uh, there was lots of things for him to do. It was a tough day ahead of him. Uh, so what did he pray? He prays, okay, Father, it is a tough day for me, which means what? I need to spend more time with you now. I need to be more with you. So something on those lines. A sadhaka's, a devotee's life should be a life of offering only. Life of offering. And those who have offered to their spiritual master, then the offering should go wholesome, na? Body, words, speech, mind, thoughts, desires, everything. All our faculty has to be offered to the pleasure of Guru and Guru. And this is what Krishna says to Arjuna. The instruction he gives, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshashami Ma Sucha. So our life has to be a life of offering. Before we offer any paraphernalia or anything for that matter, Shri Shikharantai, Mayapur, Sashi Ki Jai. Before we offer any paraphernalia or anything for that matter, we should first and foremost offer ourselves. Hmm. If we have offered ourselves, then arti we do, singing we do, whatever we do, it is everything is in that offering. And it's not just when we are in temple we offer ourselves, and we are outside of the temple we don't offer ourselves. No, we pray, we aspire to offer our consciousness in wholesome, uh, complete consciousness in wholesome, our thoughts, desires, everything to that end only. This Krishna consciousness is to grow in our desire to see the divine couple. That should be our desire. So, on this note, we'll give you peace. Thank you for your kind encouragement and inspiration. And we'll continue, let's see, tomorrow or another day, Monday maybe, with the study of Srila Ambarisa Maharaj's glorious character, his pastime. ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की,
Jai.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की,
Jai.
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी।
Hari Hari Bol. I'd just like to, it's not a question or comment as such, I just wanted to thank you for continuing these evening classes. It's very nice to be hearing the message of Srimad Bhagavatam in such a wholesome way. So on behalf of everybody who's sat here watching, thank you very much, Prabhu. Bhakti Shrish Prabhu ki Jai.